My circle tighter than it ever been. I ain't letting nobody in my business like that. For real. The only ones is me, myself, and God. You know who I be with. You know who I be with. Me, myself, and God. You know who I be with. You know who I be with. Me, myself, and God. You know who I be with. You know who I be with. Me, myself, and God. You know who I be with.
God bless everybody who's taking the time out to listen today. This is the Me, Myself, and God Daily Devotional Podcast. Today we will be studying in Genesis chapter 11, verses 1 to 4. And it says, "At one time, all the people of the world spoke the same language and used the same words. As the people migrated to the east, they found a plain in the land of Babylonia and settled there. They began saying to each other, 'Let's make bricks and harden them with fire.' Then they said, 'Come, let's build a great city for ourselves with a tower that reaches into the sky. This will make us famous and keep us from being scattered all over the world.'" Okay. First thing I see when I look at this is, as many times as I read the Bible, I didn't realize that this happened in Babylonia. And that's, this is something we'll get into plenty of times, but that's just kind of crazy because when God's people were being disobedient and wicked, this is where they were exiled. The most of them were, in a major way exiled to Babylonia, for their discretions, their evil and their wickedness, and their turning their back on God. And from Babylonia is where they were scattered all over the earth in initially here that we see. So that right there is kind of crazy. Something that we'll discuss a lot as we go through our studies. And another thing I realized is that the people came together wanting fame. They didn't come together for the love of the Lord. They didn't come together to, make each other's conditions spiritually or from within better. They wanted to be famous. So destruction and division comes to those who value vanity over the will of God. Don't build fame by wickedness. And in this situation, they were thinking about themselves and they were trying to build fame, and it looks like they were trying to prove a point to God instead of following God and listening to God and prioritizing God's love in their lives to be truly blessed. They were trying to push their way into fame. And I have commentary in my Bible that says about these verses that says, whatever else the Tower of Babel might have represented, it was a mighty monument to human pride. It was a symbol of man's rebellion against the revealed will of God. This type of pride is always destructive to human community and to God's plan of redemption. God's promise is promised to those who live by faith. Your life should be based on your belief in the Lord God. Okay. Your life begins when your relationship with God begins. There is no life without God. That's what we have to realize. Everything you do in your own way is going to end in destruction. It's going to end in a loss. There's no victory in your own way. You have to get out of your own way and dedicate yourself to God's way, because the true you was created in royalty by God. Have a wonderful day.
myself, and God. You know who I be with. You know who I be with. Me, myself, and God. You know who I be with. You know who I be with. Me, myself, and God. You know who I be with. You know who I be with. Me, myself, and God. You know who I be with. You know who I be with.
This is Radio For Real. Welcome to the Good Vibes.